Let's talk about coonhounds. Those dogs that look like they came straight out of a southern hunting lodge, wearing their best "I'm ready to track down anything" faces. These dogs have a reputation, folks. Not only can they hunt like nobody's business, but they've got that kind of stubborn streak that makes you question how you ended up with one of them in the first place. But let's face it, they're lovable troublemakers. So, buckle up. I'm about to tell you everything you need to know about these beautiful, loud, and relentless four-legged creatures. 1. The look. Tall, long, and ready for action, coonhounds are built like they were made to do one thing, and that's hunt. They're big dogs, and I'm not talking about big like a goldendoodle who likes to take up all your space on the couch. I mean big as in tall and long with legs that seem to go on forever. These dogs have the frame of an athlete, the ears of a dog that's perpetually getting into something, and a snout that could rival any detective in a crime movie. I mean, look at those ears. If you've ever seen a coonhound, you'll notice that their ears are seriously long. It's like they've got built-in earphones so they can hear things coming from a mile away. And that nose. It's practically a radar. This dog's nose could sniff out a cheeseburger 3 blocks away. Forget tracking deer. These dogs are tracking the crumbs you drop during dinner, and they'll find it, believe me. Their entire face is a tracking device that never stops working. 2. The energy. A dog that's always moving. Now, let's talk about their energy level, because if you're not into running or long walks, well, then good luck. These dogs were made to keep going and going and going. Coonhounds were bred to be hunting dogs, and hunting is a sport that requires a lot of stamina. These dogs don't do resting very well. The first time you think you've got a handle on how to tire them out, they'll come out of the backyard like they just had their 3rd cup of coffee for the day, ready to take on another 5 miles. It's like they've got that never-ending enthusiasm for life, and you're just trying to keep up. You might be thinking, hey, we've got this walk around the block, this will be fine. But guess what? Not for a coonhound. You'll get halfway through your walk before realizing you've signed up for training for a marathon, and the coonhound is already pulling you in the other direction, because it just caught the scent of a squirrel 3 streets away. If you don't like the idea of being dragged down the street by a dog with the stamina of a cross-country runner, then the coonhound might not be your best fit. They'll keep going until the sun sets, and even then, don't be surprised if they're trying to find something to chase in the dark. 3. The voice. A bark like no other. The bark. If you've ever heard a coonhound bark, then you know it's not a simple woof, woof. Oh no. This is a bellow. This dog's bark is so loud, you think it's been hired as the town crier. They don't just bark once and call it a day. No. Coonhounds make sure that when they bark, everyone in the neighborhood is aware that something's going on. It's like a warning shot to let you know, hey, I'm here, and you're going to listen to me. It's part of their hunting heritage. They're bred to bark when they're onto something, and that bark is their way of telling you they're in the zone. So, if you've got neighbors who value peace and quiet, you might want to check their policy on sound pollution before bringing one of these bad boys into your home. You think they'd stop once they found whatever it is they're hunting. But no. They'll keep that loud, proud bark going for hours, even if the only thing they found is a patch of grass that smells different. But don't worry. They'll make sure to let you know about it every few minutes, like clockwork. 4. The training. A lot of persistence and patience. Here's where things get interesting. Training a coonhound is like trying to teach a teenager how to clean their room. You can ask them 100 times, but they'll still find a way to do it halfway, then sit on the couch and watch TV. These dogs are independent, and they've got one goal in mind. Sniff out whatever they want and go after it. Training them to do something they don't care about. Good luck, my friend. Coonhounds were bred to track and hunt. They have that instinct, and you'll have to really work to get them to focus on something else. Sure, you can get them to sit and stay, but the moment they catch a scent, don't be surprised if they're off like a rocket, ignoring every command you just gave them. Focus isn't exactly their strong suit. Patience is key. I'm talking about infinite levels of patience. You've got to be calm, consistent, and prepared for the long haul. If you want a dog that will sit quietly at your feet while you enjoy your coffee, then you might want to look at another breed. But if you're up for the challenge, you'll eventually get an incredible dog that's loyal, determined, and ready to take on any task you throw at them. 5. The social side. Friends and family. Now, coonhounds can be friendly, but they're also a little bit aloof. They don't really care about impressing people or other dogs, and they're not exactly the type to demand attention. But if they like you, oh, they'll love you. Coonhounds are social dogs that thrive in family environments. They're loyal, and once they've bonded with you, they'll stick by you like glue. But here's the thing. They're also the type of dog that likes to do their own thing. If they've got a choice between hanging out with the humans or going off to explore the woods, guess which one they'll pick. They've got their own agenda, and it doesn't necessarily involve you. They're not cold. They're just focused on their mission, which, most of the time, involves their nose leading them into another world. 6. Health. They can live a long, happy life. When it comes to health, coonhounds are relatively robust dogs. Of course, like any dog, they can run into issues, especially if they're not getting enough exercise. But overall, if you give them the right environment, they can live anywhere from 10 to 12 years. They're tough dogs, and while you may find yourself dragging them back inside at the end of every walk, they can handle most of the bumps and bruises life throws at them. But you do need to keep an eye on them, especially when it comes to weight. Coonhounds love to eat, and they've got the kind of metabolism that could turn every meal into an endless buffet. So, make sure to watch their diet and keep them moving. Otherwise, you might find yourself with a coonhound that's not just tracking animals, but also tracking down snacks in every corner of the house. Conclusion: is the coonhound for you? So, what have we learned here? If you want a dog that's energetic, independent, determined, and doesn't mind making a little noise, the coonhound might just be the dog for you. These dogs are all about tracking, chasing, and being incredibly loud in the process. They're amazing companions for people who enjoy a bit of a challenge, love outdoor adventures, and don't mind a bit of chaos in their lives. But if you're looking for a dog that'll sit quietly by your side and let you pamper it all day, well, you might want to reconsider. At the end of the day, a coonhound is a one-of-a-kind dog. It's the dog that'll drag you through the woods, bark at the wind, and still manage to look ridiculously adorable while doing it. If you can handle the energy, the barking, and the determination, then you'll find yourself with one of the most loyal and tenacious dogs around. So, go ahead, grab that leash, and get ready for an adventure. You and your coonhound are in for one heck of a ride.